Hey guys, this is Himanshu and in this video I'm going to talk about the best boys hostels that you might be getting in your first year. If I talk about the 2021 batch, so you might be getting options of Hostel J, Hostel H, Hostel K and Hostel L. So I'll be telling all the features about all these hostels and what can you choose and which might be the better hostel or the best hostel for you as a first year student. So I hope you find this video helpful and make sure you like the video and subscribe the channel if you get any help from this video. And let's just start the video. So guys, I have opened this Thapar University website for hostels and I'll be telling about hostels from this site and I'll be sharing other things as well. So let's just talk about Hostel H. So Hostel H is basically one of the oldest hostels, boys hostels in Thapar University, and it is one of the primitive hostels, or you can just say old type hostels, and you can just see that it has capacity of 480 students, 160 rooms are there in hostels with 3-seater rooms and 40 rooms are air conditioned, although you won't be needing any air conditioned room in your first year. So yeah, that's it. Otherwise, this might be the choices that you might be getting in your first year as boys. I've made a separate video for girls, so you can just refer that as well if you want. Otherwise, for boys, you are getting Hostel J 1-seater option, Hostel H 2 and 3-seater option, and Hostel K and L 2-seater option. And the fees is quite similar to what I told in my previous videos, around 30,000 if you take the average or the higher fees. So yeah, that's it. This is the list for boys, and let's just talk about Hostel H first. So I told you it's one of the oldest hostels and it has all the facilities like gym. Each hostel has its own gym and mess as well, so you don't have to worry about it. So there's a gym, there's a TV room, there's a table tennis room, there's a reading room, library and messing facilities as well. So students are accommodated in Hostel H, many senior students, but this year only juniors will be there, basically first years in Hostel H. So if I talk about us, second years, we are getting Hostel M and Hostel O as an option for boys, and girls are getting I think Hostel I and Hostel N as an option. So yes, there are various committees and hostel ward and for taking care of you and all the guards as well, so you don't have to worry about it. Otherwise, you can just see these hostel pictures. These are quite great, and basically I also have a small clip of Hostel H. If you want, I can just show you that as well. Two and 3-seater in Hostel H. So let's just talk about whether you should take 1-seater, 2-seater or 3-seater in first year. So first year is all about making connections and making friends, which helps you a lot in a lot of things. And of course, you don't want to feel lonely in your first year. So I would recommend just go for 2 to 3 seater if you want. You can just go for 1 seater as well if you want. And there is not, and this is, and there is nothing like you won't be getting any friends in, choosing first 1 seater room. So it just depends on you, and it just doesn't, depend, and you won't be having any problem with 1 seater as well. Otherwise, I would recommend just go for 2 to 3 seater room in your first year, because it will be more beneficial for you in making good connections and developing social skills. So I would recommend just go for 2 to 3 seater if you are in first year. Otherwise, you will be getting for 1 seater rooms in your later years. So yeah, that's it. Otherwise, and in later years, like in your third and fourth year, you will be getting 1 seater room only, most probably. So just go for 2 to 3 seater room in the first year, and you will be enjoying a lot. I just promise that. And yeah, that's it about Hostel H. Now let's just go to other hostel, which is Hostel J. So Hostel J is also one of the oldest hostels, or you can just say old hostels. I'm not sure what old, so I'm not sure how much old, but it's relatively older compared to newer hostels like Hostel M and Hostel O. So yeah, it's just like a big building which has around I think 7 to 8 floors, and it also has a elevator and lift, and it also has an open air theater. Hostel has its own open air theater, so you can just see that. And then that's it. You might have also seen in various photos this hostel it's lights up during the Diwali time. It just looks very beautiful. And Hostel J is famous for having the best mess food in Thapar University. So basically, Hostel J has one of the best mess foods in Thapar University. So if you want to get the best food and basically best mess, so just choose this hostel. And many of the seniors also said that winter life is just amazing in Hostel J. So you can just refer that as well. Otherwise, it's sure that Hostel J has the best mess food in Thapar University. And yeah, that's it. Its name is Hostel Jannat. It's a multi-storied boys hostels with a capacity of 858 residents, and it also has RO system, LCD TV, and all the things that you might be needing. It has gyms, it has elevators, and basically it has CCTV cameras and all the things that you might be needing. And one of my friend is Utkarsh, so he has made a detailed video for Hostel J room tour and Hostel J other things, and basically Hostel J tour. So you can just refer this video. I'll be sharing the link in the description, so you can just refer this video if you want to see how the rooms look like and how the washrooms are and of Hostel J. Basically it's a single room, so you can just refer this video. He has a channel called as Thapar Insider, so you can just subscribe his channel as well if you want. Otherwise, he has shown the hostel video in a very beautiful way, so you can just refer that video for getting Hostel J tour. And yeah, that's it for Hostel J. So if I talk about the connectivity, so these hostels are not much far away from your lecture halls or basically your labs and all this stuff, so you can just go there by walking. If I talk about Hostel H as well, so it's not much far away. Basically Hostel H and Hostel J are they're side by side, so there is Hostel H, and on the other side you might be getting Hostel J. So yeah, that's it. These hostels are not much at a great distance from lecture halls and all this stuff. So yeah, that's it. Otherwise, if we talk about other hostel, which is Hostel K, so it just looks amazing, and it's also a great hostel. Basically you might be getting 2 seater room in Hostel K, I think. So yes, in Hostel KNL you are getting an option of 2 seater rooms. Basically it has 2 seater rooms, I think, only. So it has 2 blocks, and there is so there is also an empty space in between, so you might also play badminton there. And it has 2 floors with 2 blocks, so each block has its separate arrangements of water purifiers, all the things, bathroom geysers, and all internet, of course all internet connectivity, and of course all hostels have good Wi-Fi, so you don't have to worry about it. And there is a gym facility and mess facility for all these hostels, and there is a TV room, sitting room, and all the things are provided. I don't think I never found any newspaper in my hostel am, but they might provide, I don't know. So this hostel also has, and of course cleaning of rooms and washrooms are provided in all hostels, so you might be getting an option for cleaning of your rooms for all the hostels. And basically they just clean your room every day, so you can just ask them also to clean your room, and they will be coming to clean, and there are not separate charges for that, just remember that. And there are also indoor games like TD tables, carom board, chess are there. 6 reading rooms, 1 laundry room, and night mess, and all the things are there basically. And if I talk about the location of this hostel, so this is quite far away from lecture hall. Basically, this hostel is behind all the cricket field and football field, basically all the grounds. So basically, this hostel is there behind all these stuff, and this hostel faces these all fields, so the view is quite amazing if you get a front facing room. So I would recommend just go for that. And I also uploaded a video where I have shown the room tour of Hostel K, so you can just refer this video. So yes, this was the tour. I hope you got some idea, and all these hostels have common washrooms, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, that's it for Hostel K. So yeah, that's it. I think this hostel might be the best options if you are going for first year. So this hostel is a great hostel, and the view is amazing, and the location is also great. So you can just choose this hostel if you want. Otherwise, there is also an option for Hostel L. So Hostel H has a 300 bedded hostel with latest addition of residential facility, amid the spawning and all these things. So you can just see that. So of course, all these hostels have their own, reading room and the gym and the mess. So of course, all these hostels have their Wi-Fi as well, so don't have to worry about it. And yeah, that's it. All these things are like this as well. And yeah, there is a water cooler and all these TV room and basically all the same stuff that I just told. And yeah, although some of the things are restricted, like these things, various functions, I don't think any function will be happening right now. So yes, you can just refer this pictures if you want. These are the hostel pictures, and basically this hostel is also quite far away from the lecture halls and all that. Otherwise there is a shortcut as well from the backside. Otherwise this hostel is there at the boundary of the campus, just quite near to the Hostel K. And yes, that's it. If you want this hostel, you can just get this hostel as well, so it's just your choice. I think this hostel also has two-seater rooms. Yes, there is a two-seater room for this hostel as well. And yeah, that's it. I think this hostel is also good compared to what first years normally get. They get hostel A, B, C, hostel H. So these hostels are better. And yeah, these are the hostels that you want. Otherwise, if you want to know my opinion what hostel you should take, so I would recommend take hostel K. So because in first year I would recommend just go for a double seater room. So Hostel K is a good hostel. The rooms are good and basically hygienic, and the rooms are also great. I just showed you. And Hostel K might be a better choice if you are going for first year. Otherwise, if you want single room, you can just go for Hostel J as well. And Hostel J, as I just told, has the best mess food. So you can just go for Hostel J if you want to get great mess food. Otherwise, mess food is also good at other places as well. It is not like other hostels have, worst mess food. Basically, Hostel J has no, relation with a company called Astroboy, which provides mess food to all other hostels. So they are not much great compared to the mess food of Hostel J. That's why the other hostel mess food is not much great compared to Hostel J. Otherwise, I never found any, problem with my mess food. And there are some items that might not be much great in eating, and I just never tasted them as well. Otherwise, the mess food is good, and I think if you went to any coaching institute, so you might get the mess food compared to that as well, because I was there in Alan Chandigarh. So the mess food at Hostel M was very much similar to what I used to get there in my coaching mess. So we can just refer that. And yeah, that's it. I hope you find this video helpful. If you find this video helpful, you can just do a small thing. You can just like the video, and if you want, you can just subscribe the channel as well. It will be very helpful for me, and it will be very helpful. And you can just also follow me on Instagram if you want, and you can just raise your queries there as well. I try to reply to most of the DMs with valid questions. So yeah, that's it. Just subscribe the channel and follow me on Instagram if you want. And yeah, that's it. I hope you liked the video and thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.